one year. I remember a hurricane came, seemed like it came out of nowhere. All I seen is devastation. I seen power lines down. I seen some houses had roofs blown off of them. I seen all kind of debris in the road. I believe we was out power for like 10 days. My whole entire neighborhood got flooded. You see blue tarps all on the roofs because everybody's roofs are leaking.
Lucie County is a tale of two cities, really. You have two major cities. You have Fort Pierce, you have Port St. Lucie.
Not only is Fort Pierce a coastal town, but it's also a low-lying area. If you look at the indicators, Fort Pierce is considered a disadvantaged community.
Here in Fort Pierce, we have beautiful beaches. We also have one of 28 estuaries of national significance right here.
I remember as a child, it was a storm that came through and it was like a 1 in 10-year storm. But those type of storms seem to come through this area yearly.
It's quite different from when I was coming up in the 80s and the 90s until now. So we get tremendous amounts of water from rain in St. Lucie County.
When the water table come up, the septic tanks are kind of like an explorer. And all over that section out there, if you can't afford it, you just got to live with that mess,
We started our resilience work group here in the city of Fort Pierce just last year. So right now, what we've done is we've identified certain vulnerabilities in the city that the city can try to address.
As for the flooding, it has always been in certain areas in St. Lucie County there. Most people don't know when it's flooding, 6 inches of water can move a car. Your water table is also rising, so your water have nowhere to go. And that's what it do. It sits there.
We had blue tarps all over the place. Now, you couple this with people who lost their ability to earn decent income. They lost their homes or they had to total their homes, and that was it.
I own multiple businesses. I have a hair salon. The first time I opened my hair salon, which was downtown Fort Pierce, within a couple of months, we had a Hurricane Francis and Jeanne that took the roof off.
You actually have hyper-segregated areas. So when you have catastrophic storms that happen already to an under-resourced community, their ability to bounce back is very difficult.
Majority of Black people live is in Lincoln Park. Yeah. So it's not equitable there. It's not a lot of infrastructure going there.
And then when you find out about the infrastructure money, why didn't you let the community know that there was a chance we could file for some of it, you know what I mean? My honest problem is what the future holds for us.
We just want to ensure that funds are being equitably distributed in the Lincoln Park community. I think most often when important people, sometimes government officials, see a problem, I think the best thing they can do is to involve the community. We have to have smart infrastructure to be able to be part of the solution. So the community is not underwater when these storms come.
We are on beautiful Morris Creek, and it flows right through our historically Black neighborhood, our historically neglected neighborhood. The state of Florida and the county and the city got together to protect this really important natural resource.
So everything that we do in emergency management revolves around the entire community. It's a cycle of mitigating, preparing, responding, recovery.
I'm not in a flood zone. Why do I need to insure my home? That's the misconception. Entire Florida is in a flood zone.
Our county, our government participates in certain activities to help mitigate flooding. FEMA grades our activities and end up giving our citizens that have flood insurance policies a discount.
It's a must in St. Lucie County. You've got to have some protection. When the storm came, I did have flood insurance, so I was able to get back on my feet again, but it was just a long process.
Flooding in Florida is huge. It is the most common hazard that the state faces. So flooding is always on our mind, whether it's a huge tropical storm or just a regular thunderstorm rolling through.
I know the state has a new program out, My Safe Florida Home program, which is helping homeowners to mitigate their homes that will help them to save on their homeowners insurance.
Down the road, continuing to have more affordable housing that is upgraded affordable housing that are in higher lying areas.
As far as flooding is concerned, a lot of attention need to be given to that northwest section.
I think that we might want to consider investing in infrastructure to serve and support the community.
I cannot overstate the value of receiving that kind of support from both the federal and state governments in order to invest in the infrastructure in Fort Pierce.
I just want everybody to feel like it's their city. You know, sometimes the beauty of being neglected is that things can just be.
Here in St. Lucie County, nature-based solutions can be a viable option. We encourage people to install mangroves. They not only protect a waterfront from storms, but they can reduce the impact of that water moving further inshore.
The Indian River Lagoon is an estuary of national significance. It's 156 miles. It's full of diverse species. There's an opportunity for the Indian River Lagoon to allow people to be more resilient. Because of the work that's happening around it, there is actual opportunity. And once people learn how important this is, you want to protect it.
Our city is affected, so we definitely want to be leaders here in Fort Pierce when it comes to floodplain administration and resilience.
I think talking about resiliency, that word means different things to different people. So I think inherently people of culture know the land. However, we're often the most easily forgotten. I think it's really important that we also protect our citizens who live here. Oftentimes, people of color or people of culture, we know the lands, we understand, we built this place, right? We're of this place.